This week we'll be going over the Gunsmith Part 3 task in Escape from Tarkov. This will be the third task in the Gunsmith task line for Mechanic, and it'll be for modding an MP5. And now, let's get into it. Of course, here you can see the finished gun and part list, so if you're just needing that, there you go. If you want a more in-depth explanation of how to get everything, keep on watching or just watch to help with watch time and please the YouTube overlords. In order to get this, you'll first need to complete Gunsmith Part 1, which I have a guide for already posted, and you'll need to be at least level 12. This third Gunsmith task is going to be for building out an MP5 to the specifications that Mechanic wants. Of course, we always have to have at least 60 durability on the gun, which means the first number on the durability needs to be 60 or over for him to actually take it. 45 or greater ergo, 200 or less recoil, 200 or greater sighting range, 4 kilograms or less in weight, any tactical device, an HK MP5 9x19 50 round mag, and a silencer. Your rewards for this task will be 5900 XP, plus 0.03 mechanic rep, 500 euros which will scale if you have Intel Center built or upgraded, and a pretty decked out PP19. Getting into the process to get this one done, of course we start out with finding the base of the gun. You of course can always pick one up in raid if you find one, just be sure that it's at least 60 durability or will repair up to it. I generally pick mine up from the USEC camps on the Hills of Woods. In the second camp you can actually come into this tent and there's pretty much always an MP5 sitting here on this box. You also can of course buy one from Peacekeeper, or an overall cheaper option later on in the wipe is to do this trade with Mechanic for an already silenced MP5. You just have to bring him a Cyclone battery, a magnet, and a Nixor lens. Later on in the wipe this is generally cheaper than going through and buying all of the parts to convert one over, but will only be available at Mechanic level 2. Now with the base MP5 you can get from Peacekeeper, you'll need to then also grab from him the MP5 SD upper receiver, the HK MP5 SD handguard, the HK MP5 SD suppressor, the HK MP5 SD tri-rail mount, and you can grab the X400 from him as the tactical device. Or if you want to head over to Skier, you can sub that out for the blue laser right here. Then heading over to Mechanic, you'll need to get the MP5 50 round mag, and this is just going to be a barter trade with some fuel conditioner. The 50 round mag is going to be the part that you actually get stuck on with this, as that trade is only available with loyalty level 2 Mechanic, so you have to at least be player level 20 for this. You can try to get it off the flea market as well, but at least at the time of recording this video, there are none being sold and only traded for high dollar keys. I wouldn't even really worry about doing that and just wait for the trade or get lucky finding one, because you'll save a lot of money that way. Now with all those parts you can either disassemble the MP5 you're building out or just inspect and start swapping parts. We'll throw all of those on there to meet the requirements, and that's all we need to do for this to be ready to turn into Mechanic. And with that, we're done with Gunsmith Part 3 and ready to move on to the next task. Be sure to check out my playlist for my other Tarkov guides or whichever video of mine YouTube recommends.